Hello everyone and welcome to my test stream. I am doing this because I have not recorded a game in a long time. So enjoy the music. Let me real quick go into the game and set up some settings, see how it sounds. By the way, yes, this is a Skyrim save, of course. I'm level 45. Stealth Archer. So let me give a quick tour of what I usually do. Yeah. Okay, I'll explain this later. So pretty much we're in Whiterun. You buy the breeze home. What I do is I always categorize things in my house. Once again, don't worry about that. And none of this is modded, by the way. This and that is not a mod. I kid you not, it's actual DLC or Creation Club crap. I don't know. They put it in the game. So I organize my house in drawers according to items. So right here, always at this table, I'll have jewelry, and don't worry about the cast iron pot. Jewelry, treasure, silver ore, gold ore, and things that, yeah, just pretty much any treasure jewelry wise. Then in this drawer I always have clothing, armor, just really cool stuff. I actually should move this Thieves Guild, but I'll leave it because I'll show you why in a moment, why I thought about moving it, but I'll leave it in there because I don't really use it, I don't really need it. And I'm gonna actually put it for the DLC Hearthfire, where I build a home and I'm gonna display it on an armor set. This is where I keep all my weapons, of course. Stuff usually, honestly, I wanna sell because I'm not gonna use any of this. Right now, I have a build of Stealth Arch Mage. So you can see, I have half leveled up for spells and things like that. Alchemy is a big thing to me because it's like these can kind of turn the tide of the game just by drinking a potion, healing yourself and everything, paralyzing. It pretty much can take somebody who's a low level or even a high level, any level, and pretty much make you OP by adding poisons, potions, things to increase your skills. It's all across the board a really good thing to use, so I encourage you. Always do some kind of alchemy. Illusion, not really that helpful to me, at least. Conjuration, great for soul binding, and also Atronox. I'm gonna be honest, I'm just trying to level up the skill tree so I could get the perks back because I'm kind of realizing I don't care for it now. I cared for it earlier when I needed it, but at this point I just want to level it up to get those perk points back. Destruction is great. I always go with fire because it gives extra damage over time. Frost, it hits stamina and health and slows down the enemy, which is really cool. But the problem is, it's like, I like more of just adding extra damage for health. That just makes so much more sense to me, especially with enemies with a big health bar. I never go for intense flames because I don't want them to flee. I want them to stay in the fight so I can actually fight them, especially if I have soul trap on them. Never go for shock because if you're fighting a mage with shock, it's kind of weird. I don't know, to me. It's the fact that they have magic, then you're using magic. I don't know. If you want to just drain it, just as said, the best thing to do, go for alchemy and get a potion that just drains the target stamina by 100%. Or, yeah, drains the target's magic regeneration by 100% for a time. I'll even show you those potions when I can. But, yeah, it's actually really useful to do that instead of just, going for shock damage, which also can actually affect other people in the area. Destruction is a great and powerful school and one of the top, offensive skill trees on the menu, but the problem is you can actually hit so many people if you're not very precise. So it's like you got to use it but sparingly and precisely. Restoration, a beautiful school of magic, one of the best skill trees because you heal yourself. How could you not? I mean, look at this. You can restore your stamina. You can cure yourself more, and all spells are more effective against the undead. So pretty much if you build a restoration tree, your magic, your stamina, all that, pretty much it helps you with support in all different trees. You know, magic generates 25 and the next is 50%. Avoid death. Pretty much if your health goes below 10%, which is very low, you automatically get 250 health points. That is insane because in the heat of battle, it can happen. You know, ward absorb, and pretty much that ward you put up, which I never use wards, but you can absorb it. I don't really need that. I have a lot of magic or regeneration, alteration, and enchanting. Really good if you want to enchant tools and armor, which actually helps also in the tide of battle. This is actually useful if you don't want to pretty much go into magic really. You can use the enchanting skill tree if you want to go like heavy armor, one-handed and all that. This actually is very helpful to give you that boost when you don't have magic really as your base or really to help you. I didn't go for heavy armor this time. I usually do. It's actually really good because you can absorb so much damage. Problem is it's heavy, slows you down, makes a lot of noise, and if your sneak isn't too high or you get that muffle spell and just have to use it over and over, it's just a pain for all that. I like light and going fast. Smithing, I'm going for the light armor set. I have Elven, Advanced, yeah. And then I'm going to go for glass. Glass is one I really love because it looks good, feels good. And then I'm going to be able to create light dragon armor once I hit level 100. Now, one thing I'm going to tell people with smithing, I think a lot of people get it wrong. They tell you craft iron daggers, armors, all that. The best way to level up your smithing is to craft jewelry. The way your smithing goes up is by the value of what you craft. Iron daggers are 10, but you can create jewelry that the lowest it would get you is what? 75? That's the lowest. That's for like a silver ring. It goes all the way up to what, 1200? So when you start crafting that, you'll see how quickly your smithing will go up. I promise you. Get the transmute mineral ore spell, collect a lot of iron, and transmute it. I'll probably show that in another video if people are wondering. Heavy armor, I explained that. Block, I don't really use block. I feel I might as well just use restoration at that point if you're going to have another hand. But once again, if you don't want to focus on magic, this is an RPG, so maybe you want to stick to your Nordic, hey, I'm not going to use magic that much, and just straight combat. Blocking is the way to go, but in more of a logical sense, I just use restoration. It's just so much more effective. Blocking, it absorbs damage while healing heals. So I'd rather just heal it than just take it over and over. Actually, one thing I will say, blocking would be effective if you give the shield an enchanting with magic. It's actually super effective. Plus, you can also enchant it with better blocking. So in effect, you can give your blocking, let's say 50, it blocks 50 damage. You can actually make it block more. So it's really effective in that sense. Two-handed, very, very much for the RPG players because this is just cumbersome. It's clumsy. You use both hands, so you don't really have sway to, get restoration. You could switch it constantly, but it's just a headache. And you can just get potions, so if you have an alchemy build, I would say this works for you. One-handed. Pure and simple, pretty good, balanced. One arm, you attack people, the other arm shield or restoration, or even a spell. At the beginning of the game, you'll probably use a sword and fire together if you want to do like an imperial. Archery, no need to explain. Shoot from a distance, super effective. I'm gonna be honest, yes, it is kind of not cheaty because it's a part of the game, but it's more, it's highly offensive and super efficient. The only problem is you have to aim. Like with a sword up close and personal, you don't really have to aim, but with a bow, you have to aim and be precise, and you can level it up. Great thing is you can add so many buffs to it, whether it's like paralyzation, I don't know if that's a word, fire, all types of different things you can do to a target, even soul trap. So you could like catch wild game and soul trap them at the same time. It's cool. Light armor, once again, not many people's best bet, but if you're going for sneaking, very effective. The Thieves Guild Dark Brotherhood quest, I love those quests, and pretty much I go for those. So I'm like, I should do a light armor build, because even still, as I explained earlier, you go to smithing, you can still go up this ladder, and glass is really, really useful, really strong. But once you get to dragon armor, you can create light dragon armor. So it's like at the end of the road, you're going to get to that. You might as well use that if you want to go for a lighter build, quicker, stealthier. Sneak is, well, it's not a cheat because it is a part of the game. It feels very cheaty because when you get high sneak, you can pretty much murder your enemies in just such a insane fashion. It's the fact that, look, sneak-handed attack with one-handed weapons do 6 times damage. So let's say your sword does 30 damage. Okay, that's cool. That usually would take 6 hits. Or even if you do a backstab, it would be 60 because what is it? When you hit an enemy while sneaking, it's 2 times damage at the start. But when you pretty much do it with 6 times damage, that's 180. Actually, I'm wrong, because not only do you get the 6 times damage, you also get the, actually, am I right? Okay, yeah, so what it is that I was thinking it's stacks, but I forgot. They take that into account in the game. So it'll show up as like this. It says do 3 times damage. So what they do, it's not 2 times damage anymore, it's 6 times damage. So let's say a 30 sword, you'll get 180, which essentially lower level enemies you could kill in one spot. Get a sword with higher damage, like I have, I have a dagger, which I'm going to show you why it's very useful. Bows, 3 times damage. I have a bow that does 90 something. That's 270 damage about. Plus with the fire, that brings it to about 300. Very, very, very useful at taking out opponents very quickly. That's 300 damage per shot. Okay, well, actually, 300 damage if you stay hidden. Okay? But it's 300 initially, then plus another 100 per hit. So you're doing pretty high damage. That's why archery is pretty OP. And then this, the Assassin's Blade. 15 times normal damage of a dagger. Now, you would think, okay, that's a dagger. That does little damage. Usually a dagger actually doesn't do too little of less damage than what a one-handed weapon would be. It's usually like 75% of what a one-handed weapon that's normal size would be. So this is just OP because, let's see, 15 times normal damage. Let me show you my dagger. Alright, I have an elven dagger. 42 times, what is it? 13, right? Let me check. 42 times 15. So that's 420 plus 210. That's 630 damage. Versus what would this be? Once again, if this was like a, I don't know, let's say this was more of a, this was like 70 times 6. 7 times 6 is 420. So that'd just be straight up 420. Whereas this is way more. So it's very cheaty. Like, there's so much you can do. Walking and running does not affect. See, when you just crouch, it stops combat and forces distant opponents to search for a target. That is just super stealthy. Like, you could be in battle and just crouch and it stops combat. It's too much. Lockpicking, never mess with this. It's not really necessary. It's like, I'd rather just put in the time and work to pick a lock. You could buy a ton of them, especially when you get the Thieves Guild Master Key. I'm going to be honest, I never give it back. Gave it back once and I regretted it. I'm like, I needed that. If you don't know what it is, play the game. So yeah, automatically gives you a copy of a pick locks key if it has one. So able to pick locks without being noticed. This actually would be very cool, I would say, for the stealth. But it's like, if you have a high sneak skill, it doesn't matter. Find more gold in chest. Great, but you can actually get gold very easily in this game. I kid you not. I don't know why people would go for this. You could get gold easy in this game. 50% greater chance of finding special treasure. Now, this would be good, but the problem is, usually treasure isn't as good as what you have or can craft on your own. Now, for those people that are going for RPG feel or more of a I want to find loot feel, yeah, it'll be good, but the problem is, look how high you got to get it to do that. 70, that's going to be well into the game. You're going to have great stuff already, and I promise you, the stuff you'll get, you'll either use it to disenchant or just sell it. And if you do choose to have it, you got to have high smithing, otherwise it'll stay at the level it's at. Because you got to have level 60 in smithing to pretty much alter any armor that is already enchanted, which I find weird, but I guess it's part of the game. They didn't want people finding good gear and being like, oh, I could just, or maybe the gear changes when you enchant it. I don't know. Lockpicks never break. Once again, this is unnecessary. You could buy lockpicks anywhere. Requires 100. I could care less. You get the master key from the Thieves Guild, you're good. Master locks are much easier to pick. Nobody cares. I'll take my time. If somebody has such frustration they can't take their time to pick a master pick, then I don't know. Plus, if you see a master chest, make sure you have something like the Thieves Guild gloves, and I think one of the masks, the Dragon Priest mask, helps you better at lock picking. Also find jewelry, like a ring or a necklace that can help you with lock picking. You know, because that way when you see a master chest, you put it all on, or even an expert chest, put it all on, it's going to be a lot easier. So this skill tree is unnecessary to level up. This is more just for RPG, I would say. Pickpocket, once again, I never really do pickpocket. I might in this playthrough because I do want to get the achievement. Pick 50 locks, pick 50 pockets. I never really check out this skill tree, so let's check it out together. So, pickpocketing bonus of 20%. Item weight and value reduce pickpocketing odds. So, that is true. It's like I've seen videos of people who can steal armor off of people. That's how good you could get at this. But is it necessary? I think pickpocketing is more of a fun little thing you can do to get achievements or just feel more like a thief. It's not necessary. People aren't holding freaking 10 billion gold on them or something like that. No. It really is not necessary. I mean, you could also do things like make transactions, get your money back. But once again, gold is so easy to get in this game, it's like you don't really need it. Target is asleep. Why would you know, be pickpocketing somebody asleep? You're weird. You know, place poisons in people's pockets. If you have to place a poison in somebody's pocket to kill them, they're probably an NPC that isn't trying to hurt you. You know, if you're putting poison on something that attacks somebody, it's most likely an enemy. So if you got to get up close and personal like that, you got to get a high sneak skill. Carrying capacity is increased by 150. Now this is really good actually, but it takes level 50. You got to pick a lot of pockets for that. Now I would take this, but I feel you can manage your inventory really well Plus, you don't need to carry every little thing with you. I guess it's for people who want to carry a lot of crap with them. So, you know, survival mode, it's harsh. They're cutting it by 50. I would think they would increase it because you can't fast travel. Plus, you have to carry everything with you like that. You know, it's you know, pocketing gold is 50. Pickpocketing keys almost works. I'm sorry if my throat sounds weird or voice. I'm dry. I need water. Can pickpocket equipped weapons. Now this is really cool, but once again, what's the point? Usually people are carrying nothing on them really that you would care about. And you can't really pickpocket enemies, so yeah. Can pickpocket equipped items. So this is the whole thing with pickpocketing armor and all that. Why would you do that? It's not going to be good armor, and even if it is, it's like not worth it. You can make it by that time. Speech, a beautiful thing. I never really go for it, usually mainly barter. Speech in this game is kind of underrated to a lot of people, but it can help you with a lot of things. 1 second, let me get water. Always drink your water. So I try to tell one of my friends, but all she ever drinks is lemonades, Dunkin' Donuts, ice coffee, or whatever. Okay. Haggling, once again, it's not really necessary because at the highest level of this, buying and selling price 10% better. You could make potions for that, or you could just find armor and equipment that does it. You don't need that much gold. Right now, how much gold do I have? I have 17,085 pieces of gold. It's not necessary. It was easy to get that. Go through dungeons, look through stuff, just explore and grab things you can carry and just take it to merchants. Alright, 10% better prices with the opposite sex. I'm a guy, there's not too many female merchants, so I wouldn't be all the time really. Can sell any type of item to any kind of merchant. This is useful, but once again, by the time you get level 50, like I'm level 71 speech, but it took a while. It's like, maybe it's useful, but you could fast travel. This would be for survival. People in survival mode, this would actually make sense because you got to travel long distances just to get places. If you could come up to any merchant, just load off all your gear, that would be cool. Alright, so you can invest 500 gold with a shopkeeper to increase their available gold permanently. That's awesome. That means they can have more gold to sell you more stuff. Or you could sell them stuff back so they can always have money in the bank extra for you when you want to get gear off. Alright, can barter stolen goods. Now this is cool, but you don't really need it. You just save up all your stolen stuff, put it in a chest or in one of your homes, and take it to somebody who will, you can sell it to. You don't really need to be like, oh, once I get it, I could instantly sell it for a profit turnaround. By the time you hit level 90 speech, you'll have too much money already. And then every merchant in the world gains 1,000 gold for bartering. Once again, you don't really need that. Once again, that's at a point where I don't know what you're doing with your money, but you're going to have way too much gold. If you want to feel rich, this is the skill tree for you. Otherwise, you might go for stuff like this, intimidation. I mean, it's like there's no point, because it's like if you're going to fight somebody, fight them. Otherwise, if you're going for a more speech-driven character, this is perfect. Skyrim, great for RPG. You could take these and be like, hey, I want to be more in speech. Persuasion attempts are 30% easier, smarter. Can bribe guards to ignore crime. That would actually be not very useful. So I've been through all these. I've shown you them. Now let me show you my build real quick. I have an Elven Dagger, and I've been casting Soul Trap lately a lot. Let me throw a bunch of these in here. I always go for the lowest one, the Petty Soul Gem, to fill it. So, yeah, my Elven Bow currently, I don't have the armor equipped, pretty much I have a necklace and rings that make this higher. So let me do that now. So right now I do a mage with some armor. So elven boots that I put the enchantments and crafted. It says legendary because I pretty much smithed it a little higher. And the gauntlets, bows, and one-hand attacks. Now, first armor. I have my light armor leveled up. So hang on. Let's first magic. I know I'm bouncing around everywhere. Haven't done a game stream in a long time. So let's see. First, magicka regenerates 80%. 25, so that's 105%. And I'm well rested. All right, that's cool. So far it's 105%. Now, I can actually do this. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, I did put it away. Okay. So
what do you need, my thing?
I got, yeah, this is a lot of cool stuff I have. So what I can do is combine, here we go, Archmage's Robes or Master Robes of Destruction. So all spells cost 15% less gas, plus 50 magicka, and magicka regenerates 100% faster. I get that with the crown. Mage's Circlet, 70 points. That is insane. For one thing, I would say the first thing you should go for in a mage build, excuse me, regeneration. Yeah, you could have a high capacity, but at the beginning you won't have that, even halfway. You get, by the end of the game, you can get a high capacity build, but it's better to get regeneration because regeneration, you build back up your MP or magicka faster versus having a higher pool. So you could send out more spells, not as a higher quality if you have a bigger pool. So, you know, you could build it up though, and you can break it down where you can cast them for less magicka and then improve your magicka that way. Always go for regeneration first. So let's put on those clothing articles. Major Circlet, Archmage's Robes. Now let's see what we've changed. Oh my goodness, there's so much. Okay, so 15% less to get. All right, so all spells 15% less to cast. Magicka 50 points. All right, plus 50 magicka and 100% faster. Oh, it's just added all these. I love that. Okay. Okay, so plus 70 to the 50 from the Archmage robe. That's 120 extra points in my pool of magic. All right. Fortify magicka. I don't know why it's saying fortify magicka. Oh yeah, the 50. See. So that's 120 for the crown and the robes together. You get extra pool of magicka. 120 extra points. Pretty great. I will show you what it looks like. You probably saw it on my skill screen. Let's see. Regenerate. Here we go. This is what I was looking for. So 80% plus 100% plus 25%. That's 205% faster rate of magicka regeneration. Now this comes from the amulet I have of Akatosh. I want to get a higher one. Archmage Robes, the Ring of Resurgence, and I'm pretty sure also naturally through Restoration, which is why I still love Restoration. Through Restoration, I know I went all the way around like a fool. You can, I showed you this recovery. So this is natural. So technically I have 230% than what you start off with. Oh yeah, and also my magicka. I have 410 magicka. That is insane. Plus all spells 15% less to cast. Forget about it. No brainer. So I got these actual Archmage robes from, as you know, beating the College of Winterhold quest line. Just finished that. So yeah, it works out really well. Now let me equip all my elven armor. Actually, these are just for carrying stuff. That's just in case. Alright, now this is all the armor you see. It says legendary. So I have all this equipped. My light armor is 387. Really good. I believe I'm playing in expert. Yep, I'm playing in expert mode right now. I will not put on survival mode. I will do another gameplay for that. I cannot with that. I just can't. So let me also add a Ring of Extreme Archery instead of Ring of Insurgents. Now, what does my bow do? 127. Now, this times 3 would be 360, 380, 381. Yeah, 381 plus 18, that's 399. So I'm doing about 400 damage in a single sneak attack shot. Then after that, it would be 145 per shot. How cool is that? Now I also have a ton of these arrows. Like, thankfully I have a ton of ebony arrows because of her. I gave her ebony arrows and she shoots them. Her, I just gave
one of the same kind, if that is what you wish.
I gave her these dwarven, Daedric. This is cool stuff that I just gave her. The great thing about companions, if you never knew it, you can give them one arrow of any type and they'll have unlimited arrows to fire. Perfect if you're trying to build up that arrow so you find one arrow you can't get anywhere else and you can't make. You give it to them, they'll fire it. Like, give them just a bow. Don't give them a sword. Give them a bow. They'll use that because it's high damage and you can get a bunch of arrow back retrieved from bodies and when they bounce off objects. Super resourceful. She has the Orca Shield, fire resistance, because we run into a lot of fire, unfortunately. Wielding. And this is a creation mod, the Saints and Seducers. I don't know what it's about fully yet. Haven't really delved, and that's where this guy
Let's go.
comes into play. This guy. Let me quick save too. I quick save a lot because my game seems to like to crash. I don't know how to fix it. Apparently it's a Bethesda thing. This is from that creation mod. I don't know what this is. I sent him here to the home. I don't want him to come with me. He's weird. When he walks around, he blocks out places. He can carry one thing for you. You can take venom from him when he's a companion. And he can also give you, like, not just courage, but the higher graded courage. I forgot what it's called. Sorry, Bull, I know I knocked it. Whoever's OCD, I don't care. I'm leaving it. And around my home, you'll see that I have treasures. I gotta actually remove that and change that. Maybe not. I have treasures around my home. I like having fireplace. I never harvest these. I think they look cool. I have the gold or black bow, blade of, and up here, axe of white run. Treasure to decorate the home. Here is my alchemy. Now in here I keep potions, so you'll see a lot of them. These are really good. See, decrease the target's magicka regeneration by 100% for 112 seconds. Here's a great thing. When you come across ingredients in the wild or anywhere, grab them, because you can end up making potions that are very valuable. Lightweight, look, 0.5 weight and it's worth 1130. Now, no, it won't be that high right away. My alchemy is very high. But still, you can make potions and poisons that will get you a ton of money. And it's just great. You can do so many things with potions. And here is my chest full of different ingredients. I have a ton of them. Now, you'll notice I never keep Daedra hearts in here. That's simply because Daedra armor and weapons require a Daedra heart. I never use it for alchemy, ever, because I feel it's a waste to do that. I don't think it's even good for whatever. Here I keep my tools for making potions. I believe I now also have a mask that helps, but the mask is 20, just like the crown was. Oh yeah, also forgot. So in this drawer, let me show you treasure.
What do you
so
need?
This, shut up, Lydia. I keep my unique items in here, stuff, treasure I want to put in other homes. I keep elven arrows in here because of the, what is it? The vampire DLC. How do I not know the name of it? You know what I mean. The vampire DLC. Pretty much because you need elven arrows for you know what. I don't want to spoil it. I like to keep these Centurion Dynamo cores. They're kind of like mementos to show how many of those giant Goliaths you kill. They're like mementos to me. I like them. Daedra Heart's Death Hound Collars from the Vampire DLC. Dragon Bones and Dragon Scales because I know eventually I'm going to make that armor. Always collect it. Usually sell it when I get to a good amount like this. Because it's like I'm going to be killing more dragons in the future. I keep claws in here. Ebony ingots for the Daedric armor once again. The claws. Unique items that's really cool, like the Burial Dragons map. Staff of Magnus. I want to hang that somewhere. I don't know why I put the smithing rings in here. I guess so I don't lose track of them. Savos Aran's amulet. I'm going to put that on an armor template in one of the houses. Just to remember him. He's dead. Oh, I'm sorry if I spoiled it. I shouldn't do that. Thieves Guild, Pentius Aqualatus, you know, all this cool stuff. I actually just enchanted these because I needed something for the moment. I shouldn't have because I do kind of need, want that for an armor set, also for the stand. Dark Brotherhood. See, it's like, why did I do that? You know, I have these. Mask. And the Master Robes of Destruction I kept in there just in case. Here I keep soul gems. Excuse me. Every time I fill soul gems with like grand, greater, or common, I like to put them in here. And I'll use the petty and lesser to refill my weapons. But I do that so I can come back here when I do enchanting. Just grab a couple. Now for this house, you don't have enchanting. I gotta go up to Whiterun Constant, or what is it? Whatever, Dragon's Reach constantly. I know, I keep forgetting the names. Dragon's Reach constantly. So I just grab a few and go over there and disenchant. Books and all type stuff, you know, journals, Butcher, Beware the Butcher, all these, you know what they're referencing. This is from the Fishing Creation Club thing. It's again, they just added into this game. Butcher Journal, Cicero, you know who that is. Adoption. Oh no, I didn't want to pick that up. I don't want to consider adoption. I will get children, but guess what? I don't go to the orphanage. That's they're gonna get adopted eventually. Somebody will have them. I always go for two really cool daughters. One, she's actually here in Whiterun, the one that's near the Everglade tree, or Everglade, whatever it is. She always asks for a coin, and I give it to her. Then another one, she's actually in Windhelm, Windhelm. She's patrolling on this, not patrolling, I said patrolling like she's guard. She's selling flowers pretty much. You'll find her over when you enter the city from the front entrance. She'll be to the right of the city, and usually by the exit selling flowers. They're not like, ooh, consider adopting them. No, nobody's passing them thinking considering adoption. They're not in an orphanage. I'm like, I want to get her out of the cold, and the one at Whiterun, I'm like, all these kids have families. Why shouldn't she? She's in a city that's prosperous. Let's give her a family. And they always interact for me because they sometimes argue. One's a badass with the knife, and the other likes gathering stuff for you. This, I don't know. I guess Lydia sleeps there or whatever. I don't know. I don't really ever use Lydia, except if it's the beginning of the game. This usually is for potions when, I guess when I set up the children's room. I also keep, these are alchemy recipes that I've already done. Food always goes here. Ooh. I have not put food in there because I don't like making food really in this game. Why make food when you can make potions? All right. Alright, so that is it for the home tour. I guess kind of show my map, and then I'll leave off with, I don't know, at least a battle or two or something. Just to kind of show my strength or skill. So here's my map. I've explored a good amount. I haven't explored too much of this top area over here. You know, some of this down area over here, you'll see. Also, I have not really explored this region. You see a lot of it's bare. A lot of places are black, topped out. This area is a tough area. Very tough area. And usually I don't go and do city quests for a while. Oh yeah, kill a giant. Okay, yeah, well. But yeah, it's yeah. Trying to find the lover stone. The stone that lets you all up, everything levels up faster, like 15% or something. Now, let's see, what quest do I have? Oh, by the way, if you want to see my stats, dungeons, hours, all that. Let's see, most gold carried, 18,754, gold found, 285,641. It's easy to get gold in this game. I contracted 8 diseases, wow. So combat, people killed 583, 252. A lot of critical strikes, I like that. Magic. Healing Hands is my favorite spell. No, it's not. Whatever. Okay. That's a lie. I rarely use Healing Hands. I don't know why. Alright, crime. I haven't done much crime in this game. I'm trying to stay stealthy. You know, hey, she's actually really good for selling weapons and tools. Alchemy over there, you know who it is. Is that broken? Oh, we did have the Civil War here. So I did the Civil War quest line. I went with the Imperials. Usually go for Stormcloaks, but I was like Imperials this time because Ulfric is a jerk. He is a very much jerk. Now let's see, what are my quests? These are my quests. Really regular stuff. Solstheim, that's the Dragonborn. Where is the other DLC? The Forsworn Conspiracy is the one that's tough, because that's that Markarth area. Silverhand, I don't want to be a werewolf, I'm going to be honest. Usually I'll go through with a quest line, but this one I will not do. At least not yet. Maybe I'll do it, then get healed. If you didn't know it, there's a way to actually heal yourself from lycanthropy, which is werewolf, and vampirism. There's a guy who lives in one of the cities. I forgot what it's called. I gotta remember. You could look it up on Google or something. And he will heal you, and you will be normal again. Ignore that notification that popped up. Gisargo. I still haven't done it. I usually do this early on, but honestly, I just haven't really cared to do it. She gives you a sword. That's cool and all, but it's like, I already have a better sword. It works better on the undead, yes. Dawnguard. That is the vampire DLC. Love it. Get it. It's cool. Fishing, no. Shalador, and a ton of random. Alright. I'm gonna end it after I do one battle. Let me go and do a battle somewhere. Let's see. Let's do something really quick. Nothing that's like long. Actually, we could just go, where is it? Let's go to Whiterun Stables because we can easily, or actually we could go here. Oh, I was jumping. So we could go here and attack the giants. Let's see what we get away with. Have fun and check out all the things you can do with Nitro. Ignore that I was sending a message. I have Discord and one of my friends is happy because I gave him my free Nitro I got. Alright, so let's see. Where's the giant here? Okay, there's the giant. This is simple. You know, I'm going to Ring of Extreme Archery. Okay. So, right now it's daytime. I'm easily being seen. That won't go away. Oh, Shadowmere's looking at me. I'm like, Shadowmere, look away. See, unfortunately, freaking whoever, whatever her name is, gave me her horse. Now he won't leave me alone. See, look, he's just... Oh, my gosh. So I'm trying to kill this giant right now. So I'm going to show you how OP archery... archery can be. Now I do have a hotkey, but I want to show you. I can do Elven Bow, and I have the Dwarven Arrows equipped. They're the easiest to get. Actually, for me, that's balanced. Like, yeah, iron and steel are easier to get, but it's balanced, so I like the higher damage. Plus, you could get it in so many places. Add a potion of, let's see, these are stuff you can buy or find. 526, 86, good, but let's see a poison I made. You gotta usually go to 110 points of poison damage. Let's do it. So let's see, if I kill him right now with 3 times bow damage, 14 for the Dwarven Arrow. So 3 times 127, once again we establish, that's 180, that's 381 plus the 18, that's 400 for the bow itself. The poison adds 110, so that's 510. So it will be 510 damage. Can I take out the giant with that? We'll see. And I have zoom on this bow and slow time. So in the archery skill tree, you not only can zoom in, you have 2 perks of slowing time by 25 and 50%. But it does drain your stamina, as you see. Let's see. There we go. And it just took almost all his health down. Now running with the soul trap because I want to... Oh, too slow. Now I'm going to let her finish him off. Come on, you had that. There we go. And that's how you do it. And look, ebony arrow. Look at that. Oh, here we go with this thing. Okay, so as I said, lockpicking, I don't mind. I will work on it. I guess you'll see me lockpicking. I always do it in sections. There you go, see? It's easier if you are organized instead of just going crazy. Then you just focus in on that section and kind of, I don't know if you could tell, but when you turning this, you can kind of use the outer ring. Like you see the golden outer area right after the keyhole, then the silver rusty part. You know, I kind of use those. On this side I use these little templates, but when I'm on this side, it's not there, you know. In the middle of the lockpick itself, where you see these dots and, you know, on the side, that pattern for the lock, you don't have that on this side. So I go inner, closer inner, and I try to gauge it using, like, I would say painting landmarks, or it looks, just the point is you try to gauge it, you know. So no, with expert you got to be slightly more cautious, but it's not hard. So see, yeah, loot in here is pretty good, but it's stuff you could just sell. You know, dread zombies. I never really use thefts, and I don't ever collect the boots now. I already have too much money. So if I want to collect more, oh, this too. These ingredients out in the wild, collect them. You will thank me. Butterflies, Nirnroot, all this. Go into the wild and just collect this stuff. Moth wings, all that. They give you great stuff. You can make potions of even enchanting, smithing, what else? Bartering, you know, increase one-handed. You know, all this stuff is extremely great. And while it doesn't last a long time, it lasts enough. It lasts enough. That's the point. So let's see. We're going to kill this. I'm going to call it a trippo. It's a hippo, and I don't know. Oh, that's slow time. I was trying to do a mark for death. Whatever. So I'm going to use Flame Cloak. Flame Cloak is really cool, if you ever had it. Oh, something's damaging. It's probably the other one. Oh, it's probably the other one. Oh, it's 3 of them. Oh, okay, I miscalculated. At least I leveled up my, oh my goodness, I miscalculated so bad. I'm going to heal myself. I'm gonna definitely have to heal again. Don't worry about the extreme healing potions. I know they're rare, but I can easily make ones that are stronger. Let me use Soul Trap on this thing too. I just put slow time again. And close my wounds. Mark for Death is great because it drains their health. I believe it might also like lower their armor or defense or something like that, but it drains their health slightly over time. I just like it for the, I believe, armor debuff. Dwarven arrows, there we go. And this should have, there we go, ebony arrows. There you go. Look at that. I'm OP. Alright, so that's just kind of my tidbit. Oh yeah, when you come up to these, don't forget to collect Charred Skeever Hives. Charred Skeever Hives, also ingredients, really good. Mammoth cheese bowls are not ingredients, but they taste good apparently. You know, so just keep looking out for ingredients. This was my tutorial. Thank you. Let me save it. And take care, everyone. Hopefully that was a good experience for you. Take care.